Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Breebaart. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'll get my slides sorted here. So, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So my name is Koert Breebaart. I'm currently an employee of SAP, based out of Singapore. But as my accent reveals, I was not born there. I was actually from the Netherlands. And since I was born, I'm also been a big fanatic supporter of Dutch football. And they are the inventors of total football. And some of you may have seen it last night, but we lost against the Germans, and it makes me feel very bad today, actually. So now that concept of total football is dead, I can focus on another concept. And that concept is customer experience and customer centricity. Actually, you're very lucky today, because I've written a book about this topic, customer centricity, and it has not been published yet. And today you are almost at the premiere of this book, because I've not shared with a wide audience like yourself my ideas about what makes large enterprises customer centric. So there are a few things that I want to discuss today. I want to start off with CRM and how I believe it has evolved to customer centricity. How customer centricity has become a much more important topic for large enterprises than CRM, which was predominant in the 90s and early 2000s. Then I'll talk about the 5 stepping stones of customer centricity. And since I've limited time, I will just highlight some of the key ideas that I've presented in my book, and I welcome you to ask questions after my presentation. And then item number 3, I will talk about how I applied these 5 stepping stones into one of the largest telco organizations in this region, Singtel, and what kind of results were reaped from that exercise. And I call that proof of concept. So let me start with the first one. It has been CRM all the way in my professional career, and it started to change about 5-6 years back, when companies realized that CRM is just giving you all the insights into a customer, but what are you going to do about it? How do you make sure that you create a relationship with your customer, a long-lasting one, where customers buy more from you and tell others about your company? And I think there are 4 major challenges that large enterprises incommonly have. And let me share those with you one by one. Challenge number 1 is about the service vision. Let me show your hands. Raise your hand if your company is serving customers, the company you're working for. Okay, I guess that's everybody, right? A company that is not serving customers, but it's the right of existence. Now, all of you who raise your hand, how many of you can recite the service vision of your company? 3. I see 3.5 hands. That tells me, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we are here gathered with all customer experience experts in the field or with a certain interest. If we cannot recite our service vision for the company we work for, what would all the other employees of that company, how would they remember it? The point is that companies fail to, first of all, create a service vision that can be adopted by all employees in their company. But second, those service visions are not all encompassing, and employees are not are not using that in their day-to-day operations. And I think you will, you can see that from your experiences. Challenge number 2 is around processes. Companies, especially companies, not the startup companies, but more companies that are in business longer time, they have processes that are very product-centric, typically. And now they understand that if they want to create a relationship with customers, they need to transform that process to be customer-centric. And they have without exception, a lot of troubles doing that. There are some companies that are able to do it, like Domino's Pizza. A bit of a strange example. I'll give you much more examples of companies that have done it even better. But Domino did something very interesting. They say, what will be the most important thing for a customer when we deliver a pizza? Is that the pizza comes in time and it's hot. So they say, if we don't deliver your pizza in 30 minutes, you get it for free. What that does, that promise, that above the line promise to customers, is that all the employees in Domino's Pizza, they will work against that same goal. That pizza needs to be there within 30 minutes, otherwise we don't get money, otherwise you don't get paid or your bonus or whatever. So that's think about it. There's not a lot of companies that are able to do that, able to make that kind of service promises to their customers. Challenge number 3. Companies have full trust in technology to solve some of the most important customer experience challenges. Don't get me wrong, technology is extremely important. You need to give customers a choice to go either call in a call center or go online and help themselves. That's very important. It's important to reduce the cost of a company. Customer experience is delivered person to person, not by anything else. So it's that interaction that will make a customer decide to buy more from you and and recommend you to other companies. So companies, in my view, companies should spend much more time on educating their employees and motivating their employees. And exactly what Shirley was talking about in the previous presentations, all the great initiatives that she's done. And I'll talk a little bit about it. Challenge number 4 is on metrics. This is where I can make the most difference in my presentation. Think about how are companies measuring the success of their CRM initiatives. Now, most of the time they use some kind of proxy, a financial proxy, or they measure some operational KPIs, assuming that that is exactly what reflects how a customer experiences the processes they are managing. And in a lot of times that is not true. And if you're setting the wrong metrics, you probably make the wrong decisions. You start the wrong projects, and customers get more and more frustrated. That is a vicious circle you don't want to be in. What I'm saying here, what I will be talking about, is define a set of customer experience KPIs and roll them out into your organization to make a big change.